Today I'm going to talk about one of the old inns. There were several in New England in the early 1800s before there were automobiles. A horse or a carriage could only go a short distance. The roads were barely passable, and so you would stay at a hotel. This one place was called the Bernardston Inn. It was quite a nice hotel at the time, and it was known by the name of the Cushman Hotel. It was built somewhere around 1800, 1810, and stayed there and ran as a business until the night of November 14th, 1904, when a fire destroyed it. As you can see, this says the change marks the Bernardston Inn story. It's because that is the building as it was before it burned. This is the one picture I could find of the inn as it had burned on that day. It did have one more fire in 1960. It had another fire where there was quite a bit of damage, and I was never certain if this is a picture of the fire from 1960 or 1904. As you can see, this is another picture of the Bernardston Inn. This is as it looked as I was a child, kind of a little rundown as I remember it. It was still being used quite extensively until the late 60s, early 70s. It was located just past that White House on the right in this picture. That's the Cushman Library, and of course Powers Institute is right behind that, and that all had to do with Mr. Cushman. So I am going to assume that the original name was named after Mr. Cushman, like so many other things. They were very popular in. This was the English Realms. Now they were a Bernardston group. There was Jeff Kenny, Joy Ramsey, Glenn Hutchinson, Paul Skiathidis, whose father owned the four-leaf clover. This is a picture of the band taken in the early 70s, and all the names of the students are there. They were there several times from the advertisements that I see in the picture. They also, when I was watching This Is Your Life, Toady Fields, who is a very popular comedian, says that she got her start and her first chance to make something of herself at the Bernardston Inn in the 40s when she was very young. She was a talented comedian. But then in 1960, there was a murder. Now, the man on the left is Mr. Shoemaker. I used to babysit for him, so I remember him well. And man George A. Thompson of Wellesley murdered a bartender. He had been drinking that night, had not said much to anybody, but he went and he shot and killed this man, Chester A. Krasuski. I'm sorry, it's a Polish name and I don't know it. He left and he kidnapped a husband and wife, the Livingstones from Northfield. The parents had 9 children. They escaped, but he was caught by the Greenfield police. He was engaged to be married. No sense to it at all. This is, once again, this is the street as it appeared when it was an unpaved road. You had the Valiants, the Pastels. They did the Foxtrot. I mean, that's before my time. Then you had the Venturas, the Starfires in the carousel room. And then Paul Collins Orchestra. And then every Thursday and Friday night, again, Paul Collins was there. And then you had Welcome Partners that goes to Bernardston Inn, New Light and Dancing Music. Wayne's Country Nomads. And then you had the Ravens, the Lee Wayne Nomads, and the Ravens that came. That says, introducing to the Bernardston Inn, first in the area, fabulous new grass opening. And a New Year's Eve party in 1958. Flaming Foods, looks really good. And then you had the no cover charges at the Bernardston Inn, and it had the all-you-can-eat dinner up to midnight. Dinners as low as $1.50. Childcare services. Come to the Bernardston Inn for Thanksgiving dinner when the phone number was 2341. When I lived there, it was 88. You can have a Christmas party at your Bernardston Inn. Another New Year's Eve, 1949. And Christmas Day dinners, 1949. And it's New Year's Eve gala, free smorgasbord. It must have been quite a place to go because they had excellent food at one point. Established 1800, delightful dinner, lobster special. All in the lounge. Betty Ruley, singer. For dancing pleasure, Henry Kugler, proprietor, Bernardston, Mass. Telephone Midway, 829-851. So that was in the 1950s. 1960, good news. They've reopened. That was after the murder. Like I said, they had to have a police officer there because of what had happened. Chicken in the Rough, barbecue chicken dinners, $1.50. Served every day, whole chickens. Sounds really good. Something new, something delicious. Go to the Bernardston Inn. And then it has the newest treat today and every day. Chicken dinner, barbecued lobster. Then you had, yes, there are many good restaurants in Greenfield, but the Bernardston Inn is the best. And it has a list of their food. The Vincent Trio, meet them at the BI, the Bernardston Inn. Then it has Gino Togneri Torio, back again at the Bernardston Inn, dancing Friday and Saturday night, offering the finest steaks and lobsters. And there's another menu of all the good foods with the Wednesday special. The Carousel Room with Jerry Harris, Holly Michelle. And then it talks about how a man had bought the building. You can pause this and look. On Hill's Corner, which is a corner of Bernardston Inn, French fries, 25 cents for a quart. Now you pay $4 for a small thing of fries. Bernardston Inn, established since 1800, lobster, Casper Deli, Betty Rule Singer, and for your dancing pleasure, telephone Midway, 82851, I believe, Route 5 north of Greenfield. Bernardston Inn sirloin steak, a pound for $2.25. A pound of lobster, $1.75. Be open for Washington's birthday, February 23rd. Try us once and you'll always come to the Bernardston Inn. That sounds like a great place to go when I think of how much things are nowadays to eat. Gala New Year's Eve party at the Bernardston Inn. $10. Steak and everything. Come for St. Patrick's Day, corned beef and cabbage. Bernardston, fine foods. Midway, that's another Midway number, which means it was the 1950s, early 60s. And I believe that's the same picture, the Gala New England party. Mother's Day menu, roast turkey, chicken, lobster steak, lobster chunks, ham steak, all under $3.50. Was the most expensive thing. And that was for Mother's Day. And it says full course. So that means it came with a salad and everything. His Howard and most, he was the proprietor and manager of the Bernardston Inn for many years. It's his obituary. You're welcome to pause that also if you want. He can, he was an interesting person. And then you have broiled live lobster for $1.65 at the Bernardston Inn. This was the late 50s. Music by Carlin Trio every Friday and Saturday night. So that was a good deal. New attraction. Another first at the Bernardston Inn, dinners with child care service. What an idea. You could actually go enjoy your meal and not worry about the little kids running around at your table bothering you, or neighboring children perhaps harassing somebody that's next to you. A twist party to the Fabulous Pastels at the Bernardston Inn. Now that was the late 50s. That was